Hello and thanks for joining us. Warner Robins Mayor Randy Tom says he is shocked that the IRS hit the international city with an $800,000 tax lien. The federal tax agency says this comes after years of the city filing incomplete or incorrect filings. Tonight, Kalisha Moore gets reaction from both Tom's and his mayoral challenger and also tells us how the lien could affect the city's finances down the road.
Disappointed, shocked, ashamed. All things Warner Robins Mayor Randy Tom says he was hearing about the $800,000 tax lien against the city. That lien covers problems dating back to 2015 and says the city didn't file important records or filed incorrect records for several of those years. The cost to the city, more than $792,000 in penalties, interest, and more. Tom's held a press conference to say he just recently heard about the city's tax troubles.
Like you, I was shocked and deeply disappointed to hear these claims. I'm especially ashamed at the misunderstanding of the subject matter of these claims.
Tom says the mayor's office does not keep the books for the city, but he says he's starting an investigation to find out what went wrong.
This is not an issue of back taxes being owed, but an issue of mistakes in reporting and the notices of the reports of mistakes being ignored.
A mistake financial expert Sherry Goss says could hurt the city employees.
Social Security taxes not being paid properly could actually impact your Social Security benefit down the road.
Tom's is running for a third term and faces LaRonda Patrick in a November 30th runoff. Patrick, who's an attorney, called the city's tax troubles a careless act of management and a violation of trust.
It did note deficiencies in our financial reporting and our financial systems. Those things are on the city's websites. So to hear that there was no knowledge of the delinquent taxes alone, that doesn't sit very well with me.
Tom spoke for less than 3 minutes today, then left without taking questions, leaving reporters, taxpayers, and city employees with few answers about what happens next. In Warner Robins, Kalisha Moore, 13 WMAZ News.
The city has had 4 chief financial officers in 4 years, with the latest, Teresa Thornton, resigning in August of 2021 after starting in the position in July of 2020. You may say the city of Warner Robins is in good company. Musicians Willie Nelson, Vince Neil, and R. Kelly, actors Robert De Niro and Nicolas Cage, even the sheriff of Glynn County. According to news reports, they have all been slapped with IRS liens. We're taking a closer look at liens and what they mean and how they work. So what is a lien anyway? According to the Internal Revenue Service website, it happens when the government stakes a legal claim against your property due to an unpaid debt. You can't sell that property until you settle the lien. And if you refuse, the government could take your property. Typically, the IRS takes out a lien like the one against Warner Robins after you've refused to pay your debts. They usually tack on fines and penalties on top of what you already owe, and it is usually filed at the local superior court. That makes the lien a matter of public record. And it tells your other creditors that the government has a right to take your property. The IRS warns that a lien could also hurt your ability to get credit. There are 2 ways to remove a lien. The first way is to contest it in court and prove that it is invalid. The other is to resolve the lien. You can do that by paying off what you owe or negotiating a payoff. If you don't resolve the lien, the government could eventually file a levy. That means they will take your property and then sell it to pay off your debt. The IRS says it releases your lien within 30 days after you have paid off the tax debt. Bloomberg News reports the IRS files about 4 million liens a year. Almost all of those are against individuals or businesses.